Hey friend, it is Kate here. Thank you so much for jumping on my channel and joining me for day 9 of our New Year's challenge. Woohoo! I am so excited and so proud of everyone that has made it with me through every single video. And if you haven't made it through every single video with me, that's okay too. I'm still proud of you for showing up today. If you do want to go back and start from the beginning, there'll be a link up there. There's also a journal that kind of goes along with the challenge that can kind of help track off your progress, make us feel really good when we do hit our, goals and our habits that we're trying to build for this new year. But if you just want to do this one class, no big deal. Each class is in fact a standalone. Today's class is a lovely full body stretch. Good to relax the body, to give ourselves a little time to decompress and just chill out. You don't have to have any props to do this class. I do use a stretch out strap a couple of times, just right at the beginning and right at the end. If you don't have a yoga strap, a stretch out strap, if you just have like a towel or a belt or something, that works easy peasy too. You can also kind of fake it as well. Not the end of the world if you don't have one. So roll out your mat, grab your stretch out strap if you got it, and let's get started. We'll start in a seat, whatever feels best for you, and take a moment just to check in. Roll the shoulders back, pull the tummy in towards your spine, lift your head a little higher. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. Take a big inhale. Big breath out. Sit up taller, sit up straighter. Inhale, let your shoulders rise up to your ears. As you exhale, roll them down the back of the body. Inhale, let your shoulders rise up to your ears. Exhale, roll them to the front side of your body. Again, up. Take them back. Up. Take them forward. One more time, back. Last time, forward. Flutter the eyes open if they aren't already. Press your sternum forward, find a little stretch across the front of your chest, and then lean back, tuck the chin into the chest. Think of this as a little seated cat and cow, just kind of waking up the spine. This time, reach the chest forward, pause, and then circle your chest around your sitting bones. Arrive center, push your chest in the other direction. If it feels nice, go ahead and do that once or twice more on both sides. You could go back to that kind of straightforward cat and cow though, if that feels better. But eventually rise upright again. Take your hands, lift them up over your head. Spiral your pinkies together, lift up a little higher, and then I want you to stretch longer through your right side. Reach your right fingertips up. Almost imagine you're trying to catch something or grab something above your head. Let that go. Stretch longer through your left side. Reach your left hand up. It's like you're reaching for an apple or you're trying to pick it off a really high branch. Bring it down. Again, go right. Go left. Take both hands high. Hands behind the head, elbows open wide. Press the elbows back behind you. Roll the shoulders back. Pull the navel in. Take a big inhale. A little twist to the right. Return center. Little twist left. Return center. Let that go. Now, like I mentioned, we are going to use a little strap, but you can use a towel, you can use a TheraBand, basically anything you can kind of hold on to. The stretch out straps, those green ones with the loops, those are always great too. If you've got the loops, put your hands pretty wide and just start with the stretch out strap right in front of you. Think about wrapping your shoulder blades towards one another, lifting your low belly up and in, and almost tugging the band, pulling it apart, creating a little resistance there. See if you can reach your hands up overhead. Notice, do we need to take our hands wider? Maybe it feels like everything's really curling up there. You can scoot your hands wider if that's the case. But from here, all I want you to do is lightly push your hands towards the wall behind you and then bring them back overhead. Now, you might have a little less range of motion or more than me, and it's okay. But we're just waking up the shoulders right now. Push them back behind you. Bring them back. And I will admit, this feels oh so good on me. I do this all the time on my body. This time, see if you can push them back and pause. Now we can hold right here, but if we want to go a little deeper, I want you to cactus your arms. Now we've done this move a couple of times in this challenge already, but we've got the added benefit of a fabulous little strap in our hands this time. You can take it a little deeper when we have something to hold on to. A couple more times, just cactusing the arm, bending the elbows, and then punching them back up to the sky. This time, bend the elbows, pause. If it is too much, again, you can take your hands wider in the strap, that's fine. But from here, big inhale, little twist to the right, look back center, little twist left, look back center, reach your hands up and overhead. Now from here, I want you to reach your hands up and take them as far back as you can. Everybody is different. I have quite a bit of range of motion in my shoulders, so I can do a full big rainbow stretch over my head without needing to adjust my strap. Now, not everyone has that, and that's okay. Remember, we're all a little different. If anyone feels really, really tight in their shoulders, my best tip while doing this kind of work, instead of using an actual strap like I am, using a TheraBand, something stretchy so you have a little bit more give. But just take your rainbow stretch once or twice more back behind you, as far as you can go, not necessarily as far as me, and then slowly take that down and just set your stretch out strap off to the side. Find a little tabletop from here, and then take your right foot behind you and tuck your toes. I want you to push your heel back, pull the navel in, round through the body, and drop your head. Let your head be a little weight. Let it fall to the ground as you try and lift up your heart through the back of the body. Flatten out your back, straighten out your back, and a couple of times rock your weight lightly forward and then push the heel toward the ground behind you. Again, rock your weight lightly forward, push the heel down behind you. One more time, reach it back, push it there, hold for a moment, and then pull the knee back in. Take the opposite foot back behind you. Reach the heel, round through the back of the body, drop the head once more. I am pushing away from the ground and kind of trying to almost lift up my wrist and lift up my heart through the back of my body. Take a big, deep, full inhale. Big breath out. And then elongate the spine, take the head back in line with the rest of your spine. And same little thing, we rock forward, we rock back, we rock forward, we rock back. Once or twice more, take it at your own pace. And then slowly coming back to center. From here, I gently want you to push down into your left hand and lift your right hand up to the sky. Swim your fingertips up, 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 nice and high. And then we're going to thread the needle. And that just means to bring your right shoulder down to the ground and let your head come to the mat. Now, pausing here, I like to take my left hand and kind of push a little bit more into the ground and try and almost point my nose up to the sky. I'm almost looking past my left shoulder, while my right shoulder is really attached to the ground. It might feel nice to be still. You can take your left leg and push your toe back behind you. Sometimes that can kind of take that twist a little deeper. You can kind of open up through the back of your shoulder blades a little bit more. If that feels like it is way too much to balance there, just, bring your knee back in. That's okay. Now eventually, do bring the knee back in. Lightly press down into the left hand and reach your right hand back up to the sky. Big inhale. Set the hand down. Same thing, other side. We'll take our our left hand high, reach it up, 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 and then thread the needle. Drop your left shoulder to the mat. Now again, I'm taking my right hand and I'm pressing down so I can look up behind me. Both sides of the body can be different. Maybe this side is feeling, very tight and you need to come out of here a little sooner. It's okay. Maybe you have more range of motion. Again, maybe we want to elongate our right leg behind us. And if that is just too much, no big deal at all. Slowly pull the knee back in, press down into your hand, Reach your left hand up, big inhale. Set the hand down. Now rise to your knees and step your right foot forward. And take your right hand to the top of your right thigh. Now, this is all about our tummy this week, and stretching can be about that too. In any kind of lunge, the more you can think about lifting the low belly up and in, turning on our glutes and hamstrings, the easier of a time we'll have getting deeper into stretches. Now, press down into the top of your right thigh and reach your right hand up. Pretend I'm holding your left wrist and I'm pulling it up to the sky. Grow long from your left hip, through your side body, all the way up your lifted fingertips. Take a big inhale. Squeeze your thigh on your left side and stretch to the right. Flip your palm so it's facing away from your body. Cactus your arm, bend your elbow. Inhale, straighten the hand overhead. Exhale, cactus the arm. Inhale, straighten. Last time, cactus and pause. Keep pressing into the top of your right thigh and then point your nose up to the sky. Almost push your hand back behind you. Look forward, straighten the arm, guide yourself all the way up. Now, if you want to, you can crawl your foot a little further forward and maybe sink into a deeper lunge. That might be too much for us today. That's totally fine if it is. You stay back where you are. If you want to, reach both hands up. Lift out of your waist more. Take a great big inhale. And then hands behind the head, elbows open wide. One hand could absolutely be on the thigh if we need some stabilization. Totally fine. Take a big inhale. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, look center. Again, twist to the right. Last time, look center. Look back. Surround your foot with your hands. Hold there in your lunge. Now, sometimes you'll hear people say that you really need to be still in these poses, but I am all for creative movement. I find it feels really nice to gently sway right here. I can often find some extra little tight parts of my body where I think, oh, if I lean over this way and I kind of push my hip forward, I get deeper into the front left side of my left hip, be into those adductors. And then if I lean the other way, I kind of find some new spots. Especially if you're going really slow, really mindfully like I am right now, and you're not just like beating your body from side to side, doing great big like sways. It can be just nice to kind of find your own movement. Now, eventually from here, we're just gonna step our front foot back behind us and take your left foot in front. So we're in our low lunge to our second side. Hand to the top of the thigh, belly button in, head lifts high. Reach your right hand up. Lightly rotate your pinky in and try and lift out of the waist. Now already think about turning on the place where your thigh and your glute connect and reaching up to the rafters. When you feel ready, a great big stretch over to the right. That's the left side, isn't it? Notice what feels different from one side to the other. Continue to pull the navel in to squeeze the thigh. Flip the palm so it's facing away from your body, and a couple of times we're going to cactus the arm, pulling the elbow down and then reaching it back overhead. Pull the elbow down, reach it back overhead. Last one, pull the elbow down and then point your nose up to the sky. You might even press your chest open a little wider, press your hand and elbow back behind you. And then slowly look forward, take the hand up, reach up, and from here we can crawl our foot a little further forward, taking both hands high for a deeper lunge. Again, you absolutely don't have to go that deep. You can keep your leg back behind you, your hips over your back right knee. Belly button in, fingertips lift, and then hands behind the head, elbows wide. 3 times, little twist left, look forward. Little twist left. Look forward. Last one. Look forward. Take your hands down to the mat and find your low lunge. You might crawl the your toes a little further forward, and we can find that nice little swaying action. To get a deeper stretch through my own hips, oftentimes I'm going to think about my pubic bone. I'm going to imagine pressing my pubic bone to the front of my heel or to the front edge of my mat. the more I kind of reach my pubic bone forward, squeezing my thigh butt connection point on the right side, the deeper of a stretch I feel through the front of my hip. Now, no hurry, no rush. Eventually, tip yourself back and let's sink into a child's pose. Knees can be together or apart. Let your head be heavy on the mat. If your knees are together, maybe take your hands back towards your heels and really allow your shoulders to round and kind of part behind your body. Great big inhale. Big breath out. No hurry, no rush. Slowly roll yourself up to a seat. If it's too much to be kneeling, you come to a regular seat, but pull the navel in, roll the shoulders back, lift up. Take your hands high overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand back, left hand forward. Inhale, unravel. Twist to the other way. Inhale, unravel. Flip the palms, push them down. Go ahead and take an easy seat. Lie on your back and grab your strap if you have it. From here, we've been talking about our spine all week, our tummy muscles. We're going to remain in an imprinted spine the entire time we're on our back. It doesn't matter what your leg is doing. The minute you start to arch or kind of lift your hips up, I'm going to say stop and reset, but take your strap around your right foot. If you have a habit of cramping when you have your foot in your strap, most likely I'm going to guess that it's around the arch of your foot. If you put it around the ball of your foot underneath your toes, you're less likely to cramp there. Now, I want wherever you're holding the strap to be easy to hold. If you've got your hands way up by your foot and you're like craning yourself up to get there, you need to relax. Let your head and chest fall to the floor and then hold in a spot where you can easily grab the little strap. We worked on our posture last week. We worked on keeping our shoulders open, and I do not want us to forget that. Now, no matter where you're at though, take the foot or take the heel up to the sky, trim the waist, and take a great big flex of the foot. Very gently tug on the band. Think about pushing your heel up to the sky while your toes are kind of being pulled towards your kneecap. We might feel a little extra stretch to the back of our leg. Keep that feeling, and I want you to gently circle the leg around in your ball and socket joint. Think about using more of the strap in your arms to make that circle happen versus the muscles in the leg. Almost relax the muscles in the leg a little bit. Swivel your heel in the other direction. And then pause center, flex the foot a little bit more, cinch the waist. A couple of times, I just want you to pull the knee into your chest and then push the band to straighten. Pull the knee into the chest, push through the band to straighten. Notice, does your knee naturally want to kind of go out towards the outside edge of your body or in? I'm not saying one is more right than the other. If you are going to the outside edge of your body, you might feel it a little bit more in your inner thigh. If we're going straight into the front of our body, we might feel a little bit more through the front of the quad a little, or at least that's where I do when I pull it directly in. Everybody is a little different, and that's okay. Now, this time, all I want you to do is pull the knee directly into the chest. Even if it feels better to take it off to the side, pull it straight into your chest. Now, can you keep your thigh in place? Can you keep your thigh totally still and maybe straighten your right leg? You might not be able to straighten it all the way. It might come up a little bit. That's okay. Bend it in again. Keep the thigh as much as you can in place. Straighten it up to the sky. Pull it back. One more time. Reach it up. Take a big breath and then bring it back to your starting place. From here, gather the band in your left hand. Take your right hand to your right hip. Hold your right hip in place. Gently pull your toes closer to your face. It's not about them like swinging straight up there, but just a little extra stretch, and then guide the foot to the left side without lifting your right hip. Keep that right booty in place. Now, sometimes it feels really good on the calf muscle in my own body if I sickle my toes. So I'm going to point my right toes to the left side. I don't yank too hard on the band as I do that to protect the ankle, but that little kind of internal rotation of your ankle, we might get into our calf muscle a little bit, kind of the side of it. And then slowly let that go. Take your foot back down. Bring your opposite foot inside. Once more, start with the low back long, our tummy in. You can even gently press into the ground with your right leg. And make sure that it's nice and easy for us to hold on to the stretch out strap. Flex your foot, reach your heel up, pull your toes to your face. Find that stretch to the back of the leg, and then start your little circles. It's more about the mobility in our legs than anything else. And then pause, give it an extra little flex, and start your bend and straighten. And at first, just let your knee kind of explore different directions. Do you want to go straight in or kind of off to the side? Do you have more range of motion on this side or the other? Last one. Now pull the knee directly into the chest. Shoulders back, spine long, big inhale. Big breath out. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. As much as you can, keep your thigh in place so you get a deeper stretch to the back of the hamstring. This last time, maybe straighten, pause. If it doesn't straighten all the way, that's okay. Take the leg up to the sky, give it a big flex. Gather the band in your right hand, take your left hand to your left hip. Gently guide the toes closer to the face and then cross it towards the right side. It might feel good once more to lightly kind of sickle the foot or turn your left toes towards the right side. Again, I'm not yanking too hard on the band. It's mostly just kind of keeping my leg in place. It's not like I'm actively pulling it. It's more the kind of gravity, gently kind of tugging it over. Eventually let that go. Set the band down on the side or back behind you, wherever. Open your feet up nice and wide. Take your hands away from your body. Close your eyes and let yourself relax and settle. Maybe wiggle the toes a little. Maybe roll the ankles, nod the head. Relieve any tension that's left in your body and simply let yourself relax. Sometimes it can be hard to ask your body to relax, so maybe you ask your body to soften, to kind of sink into the mat. Take a big deep inhale, big breath out. Pull the knees into the chest, give yourself a hug, a squeeze, maybe circle the knees around. And then roll to one side. Push yourself up to a nice easy seat. As always, a pat on the back. Thank yourself for doing something so good and just for you. I am so grateful to have you here joining me on the challenge. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow.